It's now time for an Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S showdown. Because what are the real differences between the two besides price? Are you getting a worse experience if you pick up a Series S instead of a Series X, and which one should you buy when they both launch on November 10? So allow me to explain why there's such a difference in price between the X, which is marked at $499, and the S, which is $299. Let's start with 4K. The short story is the Series X will have 4K capabilities and the Series S will not. Series S is opting for a 1440p resolution, which is slightly better than normal HD. But will still be able to match the X in managing up to 120 frames per second, which will give you a smoother experience than you're currently getting. If you don't have a 4K TV right now, this might not be a big deal. But it is worth noting that the next generation of games will be made primarily with 4K, and by extension the Series X in mind. Disk drives are the next biggest difference, by which I mean the Series S won't have one. So you'll have to purchase, download and play all of your games digitally. Series S will also have less internal storage, 512 GB, compared to the X's 1 TB to be precise. So that's worth bearing in mind too. There's nothing stopping you buying extra storage, or using one of your old Xbox One external hard drives. The S won't have as much memory for storing games, if we're going to get super techie with it. There are some small discrepancies in raw specs. Both have an 8-core processor. But the Series X is slightly faster with a CPU of 3.8 GHz. Compared to the Series S's 3.6. The S also has 6 GB less RAM and a smaller SSD. The CPU won't impact the console's performance much, but the RAM being slower on the S will mean it could impact speed and performance. AMD 1080p gaming processor. AMD has just revealed its new 1080p gaming processor. The third generation Ryzen 4000 series, the third generation Ryzen 4000 mobile processors, are gonna be used in upcoming laptops. The first of which will be the Lenovo Yoga Slim 7, is a lot of things for a title of a laptop. The CEO of AMD called the processor, quote, the best laptop processor ever built at this year's CES presentation. Bold statement, it's simply the best laptop processor that's been built, recommended for gaming and content creators. Useful in ultra-thin consumer and professional laptops. A 7nm x86 mobile processor has 8 cores, and 16 threads. AMD has optimized the graphics cores with 59% more performance in the previous generation. The processor is also 90% higher on multi-thread performance. AMD's aim to create a smaller, higher-performance mobile processor seems to have paid off. Their processors have multi-market capabilities. Razer Kishi. Razer's announced the Razer Kishi, a universal gaming controller that connects to most Android and iOS devices. As mobile gaming continues to rise in popularity, Razer's release as a welcome announced the controller is being advertised as having a universal fit. Thanks to an adjustable belt on the back of the device. The belt stretches to fit your phone, looks similar to a Nintendo Switch. When connected, it's easy to travel with and comfortable to carry and control. When not in use, the two halves of the controller can conveniently click together for easy storage. The device connects directly to the phone's charging port, instead of via Bluetooth. It eliminates the button response delay. It's decked out with all the major inputs including bumper buttons, and a D-pad. There's no need to worry about your device dying. All the controllers plugged into the charging port. The Kishi allows pass-through charging on the bottom right of the device. Razer's really thought the concept through, and this accessory seems likely to play a role in the increased popularity of cloud gaming. Asus Zephyrus G14 gaming laptop. One of the soon-to-be-released laptops that will feature AMD's new Ryzen 4000 series processor is the Asus Zephyrus G14. Where do they even get that name from? The laptop is the smallest gaming laptop Asus has released. At 17.9 mm thick, with a 14-inch display and weighing only 1.6 kg. The laptop is meant to be sleek and light, giving gamers on the go a more convenient, yet high-performance option. With the ability to game and stream simultaneously, laptop has 10.5 hours of battery life. A Windows Hello compatible fingerprint reader for quicker sign-in. Support for USB-C and DC input charging rolls, a design that allows laptop to lift in the back, for better cooling. Asus says that the size and price of Zephyrus G14 is aimed to "bring premium gaming to everyone." The model will let you choose between high refresh and high resolution displays. It'll allow users to show custom graphics and animations via 1000 mini LED lights. With the option of being both subtle and flashy, it's likely that the Zephyrus G14 will find a large diverse audience in 2020. New Nintendo Switch model. With all the comparisons, new gaming technology is drawing to the Switch. We had to include the launch of a new Switch model in our list. Nintendo announced plans to develop a Switch, with improved battery life. A magnesium alloy body and an update to the CPU, though the actual development. According to rumors, this new Switch is likely to be a more professional model. To allow it to compete with new releases like the PS5 and Xbox Series X, this might mean a better display, improved controllers, a better battery. Origin PC's Big O gaming console. Origin PC released a gaming console concept last year called the Big O, which includes a PC, Xbox One X, PlayStation 4 Pro, and a Nintendo Switch dock. This Frankenstein of consoles features a cryogenic cooling system. 4K HDMI Switch 2 TB SSDs for faster gameplay and storage. USB 3.0 extension cables, and an Ethernet switch that allows players to go online. On all of the systems, the design is based on a customization that Origin started in 2009. The 2019 version was not made available to the public. But at this year's CES, Origin announced a Big O. The Big O is ready to allow gamers an easier transition between gaming systems, at a more affordable price. And the system comes in a cool clear casing that allows gamers to show off what's included in their setup. Alienware UFO concept. Another new handheld gaming device was announced at this CES. Dell's Alienware UFO concept is a handheld PC gaming device with an 8-inch display controllers that can be removed from the sides of the device, similar to the Nintendo Switch, and a kickstand on the back of the display. That allows gamers to easily play with a handheld controller, even if the device isn't connected to an external display. In addition to being able to connect the device to another screen, it can be connected to a mouse and keyboard, and the system is a full capable Windows 10 PC. That will allow gamers to play games from their Steam library. Razer's Ultimate Racing Simulator. Razer brought an immersive racing experience to CES 2020. With their new Ultimate Racing Simulator, the simulator features a high-tech steering wheel that adapts the different driving styles, gives the driver increased motor feedback, and features magnetic paddles for easy gear shifting. The device has two black projection screens that allow gamers a 202-degree field of vision, at 128 inches with superior color and depth of display. It features a hydraulic 3-pedal system, made up of a clutch brake, and throttle D-box motion technology that provides realistic suspension and driving movement just like at the movies. Customizable driver's seat to meet each racer's comfort requirements, and a seat belt. Sony's PS5. One of the most anticipated 2020 gaming releases is Sony's PlayStation 5. Slated for a holiday 2020 release. The console is likely to have backwards and VR compatibility, an SSD storage stem, 3D audio, 8K television support. The system will use a 8-core AMD chipset. The graphic rendering will be improved, as well as cloud gaming capabilities. Other than these specs, not a lot is known about the upcoming system. We'd expect games from most of Sony's biggest franchises to be released for the system. Sony said that their goal is to make the PS5 immersive and seamless. We can expect more clarification on exactly what that means in the next coming months.